truth has been stolen. They took Princess Keene. Don't let them rape Princess Keene.
He's a new kid?
New kid. The new kid has a power we have yet to understand.
Step forward now and fulfill your your day.
South Park, the Stick of Truth. Developed by Obsidian and getting released later this month on the 7th of March. This is a plot about humans and elves, locked in battle over the Stick of Destiny. Whoever controls this stick controls the universe. You're playing a kid, you've just moved to South Park, you're thrown headfirst into this ongoing battle. The usual South Park characters are all dressed up in character, and from what I've seen, it's kind of like a capture the flag game. It's an all-out epic quest to become cool.
Yeah, it's a pain, but this is the kind of stuff you put up with living in a remote little mountain town. At least we don't have to deal with traffic.
Your day. Step forward now and fulfill your...
Epic quest to become cool.
Yes, Donald, you heard correctly. You might want to go on this quest.
See this here? See this? See that? See what I'm doing to him, people? Yeah. Screw you. Well, see, I've seen a lot of this game. I know, like, read up a lot of it, but basically every time I log into Steam, there it is.
It's in your face.
Everywhere. Literally. Kind of like South Park was.
Yeah.
For a long time.
See, I think South Park's made a valiant return to this because...
The other games weren't great.
Hey, they were.
That's your opinion.
And they were great because, well, obviously people agree, there's loads of the prequels are getting put into this game. Loads of features and what made other games work is going into this. So you've got the original South Park in PS1, you've got the South Park Chef's Love Shack, the quest show idea with mini-games, and South Park Rally. I don't know how that's going to get fit into. I've not seen any racing cars in it, but...
Is it going to be like a Mario Bowser sort of situation where the hero and one of the antagonists is just give up fighting each other for a day and have a rally race?
At South Park, anything can happen.
That's
anything
true.
can happen, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we've already heard all that. But yeah, I mean, there's already been a ton of controversy surrounding it, as far as I know.
Well, yeah.
Constant, and considering it's South Park, that's not a surprise. I bet the creators are just like, yes.
Clearly, the idea came about to them when all these games like Skyrim are coming out. They kind of wanted to jump in this because they did start planning this in must have been 2011. 2011 when it was revealed. They must have started talking about this before Skyrim was released. It must have been announced
Well,
when they started planning it.
It would have been announced. Maybe it wasn't a full announcement. They probably announced that they were going to make a new South Park game.
And they wanted something that works.
There has been a sloth of just RPG games getting released lately.
Yeah.
Or adventure games with or action games with RPG elements. That's been a big thing recently.
Now this is an RPG, but kind of different.
I'm expecting to jump into this and set up a whole stat screen and have to make day rolls. I'm expecting D&D level or World of Warcraft level.
I doubt it. Well, it's probably
World of Warcraft, no, but
fundamentally it is down to that level. But
Dragon Age maybe.
It's more. No, definitely not. It's kind of a simplistic version. Obviously, it's there because every RPG does, but it's not going to be concentrating that like most do. Basically, you choose your class to begin with. You get a choice to be a fighter, a mage, a thief, or a Jew. This is an actual selection.
I just spat with a mic.
And when you highlight the Jew selection,
every time you say Jew, you have to do it in Cartman's voice. Jew.
But it's it's Cartman that he is basically he takes you through the whole first steps of the game.
A narrator.
No, this is in the game now.
Okay.
It's kind of like the tutorial. He guides you through it, quite funny. But when you highlight over Jew, he goes, "Well, I guess we can't be friends anymore." Oh, but the gameplay I did watch of it, he went for the Jew, and it looked pretty cool actually. You get loads of different power-ups which will change from class to class. But the Jew, you get a move, it's called the Sling of David.
Alright, yeah.
It's kind of like your magic in a normal RPG would be, you put a snooker ball into a sock, and you...
What? A snooker ball?
You swing the sock and throw it at the other kid.
Right. Where we live, there's been situations in bars with pool tables.
Oh, it's not a pool ball, it's a snooker. It's actually heavy.
Yeah, but a snooker, but that was a pool ball. I'm looking at it, and they're heavy. A snooker ball, that could kill a guy.
It's South Park. Anything can happen.
True, but still.
There's no boundaries for these guys, and that's why I love it. That's why I chose to do this.
I will admit though, when I was 12, I did watch South Park Uncut.
South Park
I couldn't remember the whole title.
Uncut.
You know, like the one with the devil in it, and Kenny becomes Angel at the end. I don't know.
Oh, bigger, longer, and uncut.
Bigger, longer, and uncut. Yeah.
Get the fucking title right.
Shut up! I didn't research for this.
Oh.
But yeah, we'll talk about the controversy, I guess, we're in this because Jesus Christ.
Funny you should mention that. He's going to be in the game. I don't know if he's going to be like a power you can move, like a summon in Final Fantasy. I think Jesus is going to be that sort of...
I thought Kenny was going to be a summon. I mean, after he died, obviously, at some point in the
Kenny's role in this game, obviously they've all got roles because they've dressed up like what the kids do in their episodes. Kenny is a princess in this game, and you have to try and save him.
How are you going to save Kenny? Kenny is destined to die all the time.
Yeah, I don't think that's the main thing of the game. You don't actually have to save him, but it does happen.
Maybe it's one of those decision things.
If he's save him
like Mass Effect.
Save him or kill him. He's going to die either way though.
True, but
he died in the trailer.
But yeah, but the controversy thing though, it's that it was 4 continents out of like 6 that banned the first version of it, and then it had to be censored. So
it was the full version.
Because the way I heard about it was it had been banned, and the version had been banned in Australia, or had been refused classification, essentially. And then...
And I corrected him, because I did all the research for this.
Yeah.
These notes here getting thrown at you.
But that was back, and that was, a couple of months ago that I heard about this. And I heard about the way they changed it, and I thought it was actually quite interesting what they did, because instead of like, completely caving and just removing it, what they did was like, it's basically about an anal probe scene. And instead of like just getting rid of the anal probe scene, what they did was they had like a crying panda and some sort of like written, like a graphic written description of the event, which I think is like so much so much more creative than actually just this anal probe thing, because South Park's done it before.
It was in the very first episode of South Park. Cartman gets abducted by aliens and gets anal probed.
And it was funny the first 5 or 6 times. Now it's starting to get dry.
But
controversial to any type of anal.
You can't really criticise on that, because obviously they're going to put that into the game. It's one of the classic South Park.
I think
references
with this new thing they've done. I think it's now fine, because then you can look at the two and go, well, obviously this is a bit of improvement. I think it's actually funnier that way because it's not visualised.
It's a different take on it, and it's all down to how everyone else thinks about it. I mean, some people are going to like that. Some people are going to want to go out and buy the graphic probing scene.
That's the thing, it has increased demand in Australia for the game because it's just so much more interesting.
It's also cut out an abortion scene where I don't know. I'm going to go into it.
I don't know what they did with that. I sort of likened it to that scene in Fight Club, where the publishers hated the line "I want you to have my abortion." And what they did was the writers changed it to I haven't fucked that since 4th grade.
I'm pretty sure the publishers liked the whole idea of having an anal probe thing. That's why they put it in.
Well, no, the publishers of the game would have been fine with it, because obviously they were releasing it.
Well, yeah.
But when when 4 continents refuse to sell your game until you change it, I don't think you have a choice. I mean, the population of America is bigger purely because of mass, not actual number of people.
Mm.
You're not going to make enough sales to make up for the amount of money.
It's funny though, because it's just you see in America, it's not been
Or and South America.
It's not, eh?
South America as well, because they weren't in the list.
Well, just butt in, don't you?
Sorry.
It's not been censored at all there. It's completely uncut over there. Well, as far as I'm aware,
and the PC
I might be
version,
wrong.
From what we've heard, the PC version on Steam.
The PC version, yes, all around the world is uncut. It's not going to be censored
Which
at all.
seems pointless. That basically sounds like they're releasing about 3 different versions of the game.
Yeah, that could come with
That's
right.
absurd. You know, why not just change
Potentially
it?
4. I don't know if in the final censored version the Nazi references are going to be there, but Germany, they didn't want that for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I did not mean to do that, by the way.
No.
I did not.
They
mean to
allowed
do
Call
that.
of Duty World at War. They didn't allow this Nazi scene, but I suppose that as South Park they were taking a lot more, much more taking the piss out of it.
Yeah, I think they would. Germany wouldn't mind the whole Call of Duty thing. It's just South Park making racist jokes towards them about Nazis.
Yeah,
That's what they don't want. They don't mind people talking about it.
it's a kind of a social faux pas though to talk about Nazism
It's like-
in Germany.
It's like one of our friends having a growth. Don't want people talking about it, but they don't want digs about
Don't
it.
talk about me about growth, 'cause I don't got any.
We're not talking about South Park anymore. We're talking about Donald's obscenely huge growth, which he doesn't want to show anyone. Just taking it back to South Park ever so slightly.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
The RPG elements again. It's got loads of like Final Fantasy. I said that before about the summons, but it's time-based battles. You're gonna go to enemies and it's a set battle scene like Final Fantasy. So you make your decision and then carry it out. But when you block, all your team blocks.
Alright, so see, when you first said that, I was imagining, is it the time system like Final Fantasy does, or is it, you know, fully turn-based? But I'm thinking it's fully turn-based, but there's like a set button that you can push to block when the enemy's attacking.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a wee symbol shows. I didn't want to get this far into it. Appears underneath you, and that's when you know when to press A to block.
Is turn-based something? Is that a chance thing, or will it always block? Because if it's always blocking, I think
Depends
that's
if-
slightly OP.
Only if you time it right.
But it's like, I was like, even
I've never played it myself.
Because if it's turn-based, right, all your attacks are based on chance. Like, there's like basically a percentage chance of you hitting, and then there's essentially a roll, and if it's above a certain thing number, it's a roll, it's a hit. If it's below, it's not a hit. And if you're doing that, but then you've, as a player, got the opportunity just to completely block all of them, that's kind of OP, and it might make the game really simple, really easy, if you know what I mean. Once you get the timing right, that's it.
That's the whole idea of.
So maybe you can block, but it's not 100% sure it's going to work.
Yeah.
You know,
There's
It's
still like other like elements of you've caused bleeding, or sometimes you won't cause bleeding, that kind of way. And also your character's got loads of customization in it. It's different classes, different Muse,
the band.
No, Muse. I'm going to make a band called the Muse. But the one thing that's constant through all the classes is your fart power.
Oh, is that like the in Final Fantasy when you get your
Limit break.
limit break?
Nah, I know all the. I know what the kids are talking about.
I've not played Final Fantasy since like Final Fantasy 8.
Oh,
Jesus.
7's my favourite. But again, we're talking about South Park. There's a move called the Nagasaki, and were we still going to put that? Lincoln?
Yeah, I'll stick it up around here somewhere.
Around here. There's going to be a trailer, and it's basically Randy telling your character how to move the Nagasaki. And I just thought it funny to put in there because it's quite racist, so if you're easily offended or.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Don't watch it.
Just go watch.
Aye.
Watch.
And come back to us. And that does get improving throughout the game. I'm trying to think more about the game. There's loads of your favourite characters. You've got Jimmy. You've got Mr. Slave.
Timmy!
No doubt Timmy will be in it, yeah. Hanky, the Christmas Pooh, and Jesus Christ, as aforementioned.
I think I've seen Timmy wearing a wizard hat, so I think he's a wizard. I don't know though. I can't remember if it was Timmy or Jimmy that saw that.
Cartman's a wizard.
Yeah, but Timmy's wearing one as well, I think.
Oh, maybe.
Or he might be like, if it's not that, he's like an Urukai and he's used a battering ram.
It would be pretty funny just to give him this massive axe and you can't use it because his legs don't work and his brain doesn't work. What about his legs?
What if they just put a box over him and use him as a ram?
That would work.
We need a disabled friend.
Wow. I would not trust No, we're not going down that way either.
I'm making a decision, friend.
I've been looking forward to this game for so long. It's been delayed and put back with THQ going under.
Yeah.
That's how it's been
was
slowly
so
getting
sad.
pushed away. Ubisoft picked up the broken pieces, and that's why it's still coming at us.
Mm-hmm.
But for a while, it looked like it wasn't going to get released.
Ubisoft maybe also had a slight hand in the censorship stuff, because Ubisoft would have been a lot
Probably,
less
actually, yeah.
likely to want to, offend a large audience. I mean, considering THQ, I mean, they made the Dawn of War games that I've played so much. They made tons of games. They made loads of. But now they're gone.
And plus,
I don't know.
Ubisoft would want to like appease everyone. They didn't want to offend anyone. THQ just thought, fuck it.
If anyone knows, just tell us what if THQ got to sell the rights to make Dawn of War games when they went bankrupt. Because
Yeah,
I
this,
really
is,
would
this,
like
is,
to know.
this is Donald's
My little-
personal.
This is my little thing that.
Aye.
This is my little pain about THQ.
So you look forward to the game?
I am, but I might have to forego it for a week or two because I'm gonna be getting Thief. Which gets released next week.
Well, let's talk about that another one.
That'll be next week.
Ooh. Ooh.
Uh,
Well, anyway, you've been watching Gambit News.
Gambit News. We're proud to bring you this terrible, terrible show.
Don't say a terrible show about a good game.
I have to edit it and then watch it again and then stick it up. Are we done?
I don't know, are we?
I think so. Well, guys, see you later.
See ya.